Greetings of the day. I, Dr. Surbhi from Business Administration Department of DAV Centenary College, got the privilege to share my knowledge with you all. Today I am going to share or discuss an overview on human resource management. Human resource management comprises of two different words. Human resource means people or employees in the organization, and management means managing the men with technology. So we call it as human resource management means people's management or personnel management or administrative management. Human resource management means managing the employees with the technology in the organization. As human resource is one of the important factor of production. Therefore, it is compulsion for the organization to manage the human resource in such a way that they can be developed, motivated, and retained for a longer period of time in the organization. Let me discuss it in brief. uh, Human resource management is the organization function that deals with issues related to people such as compensation, hiring, performance management, organization development, safety, wellness benefits, employee motivation, communication, administration, and training. The purpose of human resource management is in an organization is to achieve maximum individual development, favorable working atmosphere, and constructive relationship between employers and employees. In other words, effective utilization of human resources. As we can say, human resource, we people are human resource. That is why we call it as people's management organizations. Is one of the important factor. Without a human being or without human resource, the organization cannot work properly. So it is mandatory for the organization to make them satisfied by providing better salaries, hiring in such a way that they are on right jobs at right time. Performance management includes the analysis of their performances on regular basis. Organizational development means the development of the individual as well as the growth of the organization, their safety, their benefits regarding the incentives, and many more things. And the one of the important point is the motivation and communication among the top management and the employees. It is all we can say the comprehension of all these factors makes the proper human resource management of the organization. Therefore, human resource management plays a very major role in every organization because the employees are the major part of the organization. This is the reason they focus on various aspects so that the employees can be retained, motivated, and work for a longer period of time in the organization. Now, the definitions. In simple words, I can say human resource management means employing people, developing their resources, utilizing, maintaining, and compensating their services in tune with the job and organizational requirements with a view to contribute to the goals of the organization, individual, and society. I already discussed that human resource management means simply we can say employing people. Employing people means hiring the employees, developing their resources. Developing means by providing them training on regular basis, utilizing them effectively. Maintaining means retaining the employees for a longer period of time in better conditions, better working conditions. And compensating means providing salaries on the basis of their equal pay for equal work, so that the organizational goals, individual goals, as well as the societal goals can be achieved. Now, a very famous author, Edwin B. Flippo, has written one of the important definitions of HRM. He says human resource management is planning, organizing, directing, and controlling of the procurement, development, compensation, integration, maintenance, and separation of resources to the end that individual, organizational, and societal objectives are accomplished. Now, he says human resource management actually is the comprehension of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling, which are five major functions of management. Earlier we discussed in many classes, in commerce classes, the planning part, the organizing part, directing and controlling of the procurement simply means the hiring of the employees. Development means by providing training to the employees. Compensation means giving them salaries. Integration means making cordial relationships among the employees, employers and employers, and the other peers. Maintenance includes the retention of the employees and separation of human resource to the end in such a way that individual goals, organizational goals, and societal objectives can be easily accomplished. This is the definition by Flippo. Now coming to the next topic, that is HR, nature of human resource management. There are various features of HRM, or you can say the main aspects of HRM, what exactly HRM works. Action oriented. Always human resource management started from planning and finally completed on actions, means they are ready to finally selecting the employees and getting them joined in the company so that the organization can work easily. Second brief is individually oriented. HRM, or you can say human resource management, works on individual itself. The every single employee is important for the company if he or she is performing in such a way that the organization is growing. So they focus on every individual according to the requirements as well as the requirements of the employees itself. Third is people oriented. As the name says, human resource or people management. People, human resource management is completely people oriented. It is for the, by the, and to the people so that they can be highly motivated and boosted to work effectively. Next one is future oriented. Obviously, planning is based on future always, and the human resource management works always on future perspectives. What exactly we have to do in future? Rather, future is unpredictable, but still the HRM concept will always work on future. Next point is integrated mechanism. Integrated mechanism means it always boosts up the employees to work in a team. Though the employees are from various homes or various religions, but the HR concept, the human resource management concept, motivate all the employees to work in a team so that they can work efficiently and effectively. Next point is comprehensive function. Comprehensive says HRM is a mixture of different aspects. You can say training aspect. Employees have different thoughts, different belongingness, but they have to work at one place. Comprehensive is like we have to work in a homogeneous environment so that uh, rather our thinkings are different, but still we have to work in a team and achieve our goals. Next nature is a continuous function. HRM is on continue basis. It is you can say is in cycle form. Once you get hired, it doesn't mean the HRM work stopped working, but it goes on continue in continuation. Next step is you can say training aspect. Then is the compensation aspect. Then again new project will come and it has to work on HRM manager has to work on again hiring the new employees, getting them trained, providing them regular basis salaries and all. That is why it is called as continuous function. Next is it is interdisciplinary function. Interdisciplinary function means here in human resource management, the psychology, the economics, the interdisciplinary means different subjective aspects are also considered here. Rather, it is psychology because human resource is having different psychology, different thought processes. So they have to work accordingly. They have to match up the thoughts so that they achieve their goals easily. And the last one is pervasive function. It is one for all and all for one. Every employee has to work according to the requirements. Each employee pays according to the work level. Uh, this says right pay for the right job, or equal pay for equal work. This function states this meaning that it is one for all and one for all. Next slide is for functions of HRM. Already we had discussed the functions in definition, but now I'm going to discuss it in detailed form. Functions of HRM comprises of two aspects. One is managerial functions and second is operative functions. Managerial functions involves planning, organizing, staffing, direction, controlling, and operative functions includes procurement, development, compensation, maintenance, motivation, integration. Let me discuss it in brief. Managerial functions. Now, the first function, or you can say the first managerial function, is planning. It involves thinking in advance. Planning means what to do, how to do, when to do, by whom to do. We have to think it in advance, always. It also includes determining the needs of the persons, deciding the sources of procuring them, training, etc. It means human resource management has to plan it, they had to think in advance what are the needs, how we can get them employed in the company, and what are the different sources from where we can hire them easily. And it also includes the training aspect. What kind of trainings should be provided to the employees so that they can be developed and they can be more skilled as per the requirements in the organization. Second function says it is organizing. It means allocating the task among the employees by designing the structure and fixing the responsibilities for achieving the objectives. It means when we plan what are the needs, where the persons are needed, and what are the sources from where we can get them hired. Then the next point is allocating the task to the employees, and it is done only by designing a proper organizational structure. Rather, if the person should be on the senior manager post, he has to work on it only. If the person is having the qualification of a manager or the assistant manager, he should be assigned that task only. And next point is by fixing the responsibilities so that they can achieve accordingly their objectives. Third is directing. After planning and organizing, obviously the employees need some instructions and guidelines so that they can easily carry out their task. It means providing instructions and guidelines to the employees for carrying out their task easily. It also includes motivating employees to accomplish their task on time. The next function is coordination. It means when there is a large group of employees working together, needs coordination to work on the assigned work accordingly. It means is because the number of employees in the organization is very large, and obviously the thinking aspect is different for all. So it is very necessary for the human resource management or the department to make the employees in a cordial relationship so that in a team they can work efficiently and effectively. Next function is controlling. Controlling, obviously, when the planning aspect is present, obviously controlling is required. It involves reviewing performance and taking corrective actions. Reviewing performance and taking corrective action means obviously the employees are doing their work, but it is not so that the work is going on and nobody is taking a step whether the person is doing right or not. So controlling what the controlling function do is they review the performance and take the corrective actions if needed. Here corrective actions needed means if the person requires some training to make himself or herself more efficient, they provide trainings to them. If the person is not suitable and he is disturbing other people also, definitely they retrench the employees immediately so that they cannot affect the organization environment as well. These are the managerial functions. Now coming to the operative functions of management. Again, there are five operative functions. First is procurement. Procurement simply means recruiting or selecting a suitable number of employees for carrying out the work efficiently and effectively. And procurement also involves the sources from where we get the employees recruited and finally get them selected. It is one of the important function of HRM because procurement, if the procurement is not done properly, then the work may be affected directly or indirectly. Then the next function is development. It involves the development of employees by increasing their skills and proficiency in work by adopting proper methods of training. Development word itself is simple in meaning. Development means when the person is from the no unknown stage coming to the known stage means the person is unknowingly working and started learning the things when he entered in a job, and it is done by providing them different methods of training. Training includes behavioral training as well as the technical trainings. Both types of trainings are provided to the employees, and it is only done by human resource management concept. Then the third function is compensation. The word here wrote is equal pay for equal work, which means HR department or the HR manager has to focus on this statement that equal pay for equal work means rather the person is working in different department but at the same level should be paid equally. Otherwise, the other person or the competent person or the competent employee feels demotivated why he is getting more salary rather he or I may be on the same position. So this is the main factor on which the HR manager has to focus, that equal pay should be provided to the employees if they are on same levels, which is controlled by HR department only. Next is integration. I already discussed what integration is. Integration involves infusing among employees a sense of belongingness towards the organization, which means rather they have to be selfish, they had to treat the company or the organization as their family. Infusing a sense of belongingness towards the organization means they had to treat the company or the organization as their family, and HR department tries to bring harmony among the employees and the organization. And for this reason, the HR manager always work on harmonious relationship among the employees and the organization. The, HR manager is termed as the moderator among the employers and the employees. Next is maintenance. This is the last function of management, by HR management, but it is also one of the important function. Maintenance includes better working conditions, includes proper sanitation, hygiene, etc. should be maintained so that employees feel happy in doing work. Maintenance also includes different other factors also. It includes the safety of the employees, it includes the welfare activities for the employees, it includes the security point of uh, from the point of view of the employees, so that they can be retained in the organization for a longer period of time. So these are the functions of HRM, and they play a very major role in getting the employees hired and make them feeling comfortable so that they can be retained in the company for a longer period of time. Next topic is objectives of HRM. Now, when I discussed the definition, already the functions were there in the definition according to Edwin B. Flippo, and the same. There are certain objectives of human resource management, and these objectives comprises societal objectives, organizational objectives, individual objectives, or you can say personal objectives. Let me brief societal objectives. Societal objectives includes legal compliance, benefits to the society, union management relations, and the personal objectives. Now, societal objectives, why HR management has to work on societal objectives? Because the employees are coming from the society itself, from the community itself, and it is the legal compliance for the organization to make the possibilities of new recruitments, the young blood, so that they can get involved in the jobs and work for the growth of the, not only for the organization but for the economy also. It is, you can say, a kind of ethical requirement is also to be get it solved. Then the next one is the benefits. When we are in any organization, obviously it is the moral responsibility of the society so that the benefits can be taken up by the society also. Like getting a school to be opened, parks to be maintained, so that the society can also be benefited. Like I heard Aisher company, where the workers were different employees were working there. It was in decade actually. Earlier uh, I had heard about it, and the same company has opened a school, Aisher school, for the employees itself, where the benefit, not only the employees can take the benefit, but also the society, the people living in the society can also take the benefit. Next one is the organizational objectives. Organizational objectives comprises of the different aspects like human resource planning, employee relationships, selection, training and development, appraisal, etc. Now, organizational objectives is what exactly objectives includes is the proper planning for the human resource, right person for the right job. The person should be according to the qualifications and to be placed on the right job so that both the individual as the organization will get the benefit of it. Then second is employee relationship. Obviously, organization where the employers and the employees both are present, it is necessary for the organization to have a cordial relationship among their employees. This is also one of the important objective, to have cordial relationship among both employers and the employees. Third is the best out of many should be selected. And the next one is training and development. Proper and the regular training of the employees should be inculcated so that the employees may be developed or feel motivated to work in the same organization for a longer period of time. And it is also one of the important objectives to get them evaluated whether they are doing correctly or not. If the performance is not as per the standards, obviously the company has a complete right to make them retrenched and the new hirings can be made. So these are the organizational objectives on which the human resource management has to work so that the organizational objectives as well as the individual objectives can easily be achieved. Next is placements, assessments. These are another aspects of organizational objectives. It is coming under again the evaluation part. Next is functional objectives. Functional objectives are again appraisal, placement, and assessments, already discussed. Then is personal objectives. Personal means the employees objectives, what they need when they had to work in a company or the organization. Obviously, proper trainings they want, they need, so that they can be developed. They feel motivated. That when I started, I was only an MBA, and now I had done so many courses, and it is only possible because of the company itself. Then is appraisal. Obviously, appraisal means getting the higher salaries as per the jobs, as per the requirements. So appraisal means evaluating their performances, and on that basis, they will be getting their salary increased. Then is placement. Placement means proper, you can say, right person at the right job. Already discussed, they should be placed on according to their qualifications, not as per the requirements in the organization. If the person is MBA, obviously, and MBA in finance, obviously he should be placed in finance department only, rather not in marketing department. So it is their objective, their personal objective, which has to be accomplished. And then is compensation. According to the market survey, they should be paid. If the person is at assistant manager post, obviously, according to market survey, they should be paid. Rather, the payment made by the company's rules, no, it should be according to the market. So this is their personal objective. Next is the assessment. Regular assessments are required so that they can be analyzed whether the person is doing or not. If the person is doing in a very good manner, obviously he should be appraised. And if the person is not doing properly, obviously he should be um, in on bench, so that the other person working properly should be motivated. So these are the personal objectives which has to be which are to be focused by the HR manager accordingly. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy.